and give some nuanced thought to it. Alright. Wandering Griffin Rider. During the main phase, if you control no monsters, or you control Brave Token. Quick effect. You can special summon this card from your hand. When this card or effect is activated while you control Brave Token, you can, when a card or effect is activated while you control Brave Token, you can shuffle this card into the deck. If you do, negate the activation, and if you do that, destroy that card. Okay. This is not a bad effect. It's on an okay body. It's a level 7. It does require you control a token, which is a problem. Because token collector and shit are gonna be meta around the time, or are gonna be in people's sides to deal with meta around the time that this deck comes out. But they're not always gonna be around. It's not that bad. It is a good body. It's something. Magicite, Wandering Warrior of the Ancient Ruins. Cannot attack unless you control a Brave Token. You can only use each of the following effects of Magicite, Warrior of the Ancient Ruins once per turn. If you control Brave Token, you can special summon this card from your hand. At the end of the battle phase, if your monster specifically lists Brave Token in its text, battled, you can set one trap from your deck that lists Brave Token in its text directly from the deck to your spell and trap card zone. This is okay. Can I get my Discord role from your last stream? Yeah, I'll do that after stream. I just gotta get through all of these. I'm sorry. I'm dumb and forgot to do that. This is pretty decent. I wish it wasn't a battle phase set trap, but at least it fades Ash. This is at least better than the War Rock Searcher. Because I think the War Rock Searcher searched on battle phase, if I remember correctly. I would like this to be on normal or special, but it's okay. Next is your way of getting Brave Tokens. So, if you control no Brave Tokens, this is Rite of Armesia. Special summon one Brave Token. A Fairy Earth level 4, 2000 attack, 2000 defense. This actually has synergy with Throne, I think. Angel of Discipline, or Disciplined Angel. Yeah, Throne, Angel of Discipline. Perhaps not, though. I don't know. Because I don't think tokens can be sent to the graveyard. Then, if you do not control a Journey of Destiny, you can place one Journey of Destiny from your deck face up on in your spell and trap card zone. You can only activate one Rite of Aramesia per turn. You cannot activate the effects of monsters on the field the turn you activate this card except special summoned monsters. So it locks you out of normal summoned effects, which is fine. It's fine. The monsters are okay. The token is okay too. Journey of Destiny. Does this do something good? The first time your monster equipped with an equip card would be destroyed by battle. Each turn, it is not destroyed. You can only use each of the following effects of Journey of Dreams once per turn. During your main phase, you can add one monster that specifically lists Brave Token in its text from your deck to your hand. Then send one card from your hand to your graveyard. If a monster is normal or special summoned, you can take one equip spell that specifically lists Brave Token in its text from your deck and either add it to your hand or equip it to one Brave Token you control. Well, the tokens or the equip spells are going to have to do really broken shit if they want the deck to function properly. But I'm unsure if it will. Noble Arms of Light Dranel. This is really cool because it is searchable by Herald of the Chalice. Oh, no. The thing that searches Noble Knight cards. You know what I'm talking about. I just can't remember the name. The equipped monster gains 500 attack for each monster you control with a different name that specifically lists Brave token in its text. So at the moment, it can only gain 1,000 attack. If this card is sent to the graveyard, you can target one Brave token you control, equip this card to that target. I'm noticing a lack of a way to close out games. Perhaps they have a way to fix that. Wait, is this all monsters or just the equipped monster? Okay. Starlight Papillon. Equipped to a monster, only a monster you control. You can only control one Starlit Papillon. Monsters your opponent controls lose 500 attack for each monster you control with a different name that specifically lists Brave token in its text. So again, they can only lose 1,000 attack. If this card is sent to the graveyard, you can target one Brave token you control, equip this card to that target. So the problem with these cards, I suppose it is not when this card is sent from the field, so you can get them if you discard them, or Foolish Burial Goods them. So there are several ways to get these cards. Oh, sorry. Let me move myself. Thank you. Thank you for reminding me. But the problem is, while these are incredibly searchable at the moment, they are both only barely good. Or, like, only barely usable, let alone good. Alright, Draco back the Dragon Steed. Same effects as all the other ones. You can only use each of the following effects of Draco back the Dragon Steed once per turn. While this card is equipped to a non-effect monster, you can target one card your opponent controls, return it to the hand. If this card is sent to the graveyard, you can target one Brave token. Yes. So this is at least removal. That's something. They rely on the Brave token, though. I have noticed that, too. They rely on a very hard-to-summon one-of card. They require Rite of Armesia to exist. That is a problem, functionally. Zarhama the Dark Temple. While you control a monster equipped with Noble Arms of Light Dranel, your opponent cannot activate cards or effects during the battle phase. That's okay. It's only okay. Once per turn, when your Brave token destroys an opponent's monster by battle, you can inflict damage to your opponent equal to that monster's original attack. Once per turn during your main phase, if this effect was activated this turn, you can add one field spell from your deck, one field spell that lists Brave token in its text, from your deck to your or graveyard to your hand, except Zarhama the Dark Temple. It's okay. The other field spell would be Woods of Lost Flowers. Your monsters equipped with Starlit Papillon are unaffected by your opponent's activated effects. Once per turn, when your Brave token destroys a monster, you can draw one card. Once per turn during your main phase, if this effect was activated this turn, you can add one field spell that specifically lists Brave token in its text from your deck or graveyard to your hand. These are both kinda meh. Certainly the Woods of Lost Flowers is the better one, just because of the, just because it has a better effect, honestly. Zarahama apparently is their way to... Zarahama is their way to, like, close out games, I suppose. And Woods of the Lost Flowers, or the Woods of Lost Flowers seems to be their protection. Because this is certainly good protection. But they're both kind of meh, all things considered. Also, that effect is 100% getting belled or ashed immediately. Thunder Discharge. If you control Brave token. If you control Brave token. Target one card, one monster you control with an equipped card that specifically lists Brave token in its text. Destroy as many monsters your opponent controls as possible with attack less than or equal to that monster. Then you can equip one equipped spell that specifically lists Brave token in its text from your hand or graveyard to one appropriate monster you control. The problem is I believe you can only control one of each. So if you have both of them, that second effect is useless. You can only activate one Thunder Discharge per turn. It's okay. I feel like we're missing equip spells. And we're missing, because like this guy has a Hammer Axe. We're missing monsters, because there's more people on this than there are monsters. There's like one other person. I don't know. Because you have the field spell and the Brave token equipped with each respective equip. These field spells feel Omega Rescue. Yeah, they really do. I think Steed. Oh yeah, you can only control one of Steed too, as well. Let's see. Resurrection Breath. While you control Brave token. Again, you have to control a Brave token to activate any of these effects. Special summon up to 2 monsters with different names from your hand or graveyard. But banish them when they leave the field. Then equip one spell card that specifically lists Brave token in its text from your hand or graveyard to one appropriate monster you control. I honestly do not think Resurrection Breath is going to see any play. Anti-spell Fragrance puts this deck in a coffin. That is very true. Of the trap cards, Thunder Discharge is the best. This is not like other decks where they, like, you have to control a specific thing to get a bonus effect. In this deck, you have to control the card to activate. You have to control the token to activate anything. Really. And there are not a lot of ways to getting to the token. There's all of one. I was hoping when I saw, like, you needed to control a Brave token to activate, like, the good effects. I was like, surely there's gonna be 5 or 6 different ways of, like, getting a token on the field. Like, maybe we'll have, like, a Banish from the Grave effect to summon a token. We'll have, like, field spells that generate the token. We'll, of course, have one card that's dedicated pretty much to generating the token, right? But other than that, like, mainly, it's gonna be, like, spell and traps trying to get those tokens on the field. So you can get your beneficial monsters on the field. Little did I know. No, in fact, that is not what the archetype is gonna be. The archetype is gonna be centered around all these other random bullshit with very little way to actually get their token that they 100% need on the field. Honestly, if Brave Token was a normal monster, I would be a lot happier. Thank you, Aquatic, for the follow. Oh, sorry, Aquatic. My bad. Honestly, if Brave Token was, Gen X controller, I think this deck would actually be better. Because then at least you could run Unexpected Die to get the card on the field, instead of just the one of spell card that gets it on the field. Like if Brave Token was a level 4 normal monster, or a lower than level 4, like level 4 or lower normal monster, the deck would be significantly better than what it is now, but it's not, so you have to deal with what it is now. It can be, yeah. I feel like it's kind of power crap by newer engines. Like, something like the Ice Barrier engine, that new Ice Barrier engine, probably power creeps. The Undyne engine. If Brave Token was a normal monster, this deck would be so much better. Yeah. It's almost never... It's almost... Actually, no. It's almost always that Konami tries to do a new thing and then doesn't properly execute it. This deck... If literally every card in this deck said summon a Brave Token, this deck would be better. And you know what? I don't think Konami gets a pass here. I don't think this is Konami fucking up and, like, accidentally forgetting that they printed a bunch of cards that say you don't play the, that say you cannot play the game if you do not control a Brave Token. I think Konami has to own this one, because Jing Yang literally came out in the last set before this. Like, Jing Yang was a set ago. I don't think Konami gets a pass in the slightest. Because Jing Yang is so close to when this starts. There's no, like, ifs, ands, or buts about it. Jing Yang had so much time to not fuck up. Konami had every opportunity to make a good token-based archetype. And they used all of that on Jing Yang and still decided to go through with whatever this mess is. I wanted to take the smallest look at it, and it just did not work. They'll make support that make a assault modes. Oh, they did. It was called like Master Rule 5. It was called Master Rule 5. But then they decided that they were gonna annihilate Synchro as a strategy. Synchro as a strategy was perfectly fine. With the, like, 10 cards, like with the 2 cards that it had, if they had just left TG Hyper Librarian around, TG Hyper Librarian would have been able to function. Like assault modes would have been good, because you would have been able to turbo through like 90% of your deck and board something good. You were right. In its current state, this deck is worse than Warrocks. Yeah, I'd say so. Warrocks at least have the benefit of generic effects and searchers and not relying on one card to make all of their plays. Because Rite of Aramesia does require, like, it is 100% required to make all of your plays. Like, there's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. This card turns on your entire deck, and without it, you're fucked. And, yeah, there's just no, there's no other ways about it. It's just not good. The deck's not good without it. How you doing, Hakatori? Nice to see ya.